What's up, guys? Back here again with another video. Um, Wanted to do I guess, kind of a follow-up, a little bit of an update on this 30-gallon extra tall, extra high tank that I've had set up, probably since early spring, I think, is when I originally set it up and kind of scaped it. I'll talk about some of the advantages and benefits to a tank this size, and even some of the pitfalls or disadvantages. I'll talk about that. Um, but as a whole, my experience has been, for the most part, nothing but positive. I absolutely love the look of this tank. It's a unique size. It, in a way, looks a lot bigger than it really is. I have a 36-gallon bow front, and for some reason, this tank looks bigger than that for some reason. Um, as far as the stocking, when I originally set it up, I wanted to do some larger fish. I was thinking about maybe cichlids and things like that. Um, that plan kind of fell short just because I thought, even with this tank being a 30 gallon, I think it would have been probably too small to do some decent sized cichlids. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. For those of you who are the cichlid keepers, the original Scape, if you guys remember, I had some rocks down here. I just had this one piece of driftwood. Um, One of the, I guess, challenging things is Scape this tank, just because you have so much height to deal with. It really, I guess, for me, from a visual standpoint, I don't know how it would look with a whole bunch of just kind of low-lying plants. So I've tried to keep in here things that you know give a sense of height to it, whether it's a piece of driftwood, the rocks that I have, essentially they're shaped and almost have an arrow shape to them, and they're pointing up. The plants, some of the plants are originally from this tank. I redid this tank um, last week, and I'll talk about that. But a lot of the plants that are in here were originally in here when I first set it up. The cryptspiralis that you see here, I moved some of them around. Um, that I believe that's a Cardinalis plant right there. It's funny because when I first got that plant, it had this really cool purple leaf structure to it, and for whatever reason that has kind of faded away. One of the things I thought would work in this tank to help with that color is I have the mixture of the fluval stratum along with a fluorite kind of iron-based clay substrate to help with keeping that color, but for whatever reason that did not work. I went ahead and put some other crypts in here as well that you see down at the bottom, and kind of get a look at those. And then one thing that I thought would definitely give the tank, or one plant I thought would definitely give me a sense of height, was I put in here some of the Apongiton bulbs. Now I just put those in there, so it'll take a little bit for those to get going, but they are pretty much a really fast growing plant. I have those in my 36-gallon bow front, and when those things get going, they sprout up pretty quickly, and hopefully I can have, like I said, plants that are up around this area um, to really fill in the tank. Also, this piece of driftwood here, if that looks familiar to anybody, this was the driftwood that I had in the top fin, oh boy, Fascinate tank, the 10-gallon tank, the one in my bedroom. I replaced that wood with another piece, and I took this one out, wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and I wanted to kind of change things up here, and so I thought it would look really awesome in here, and I absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think. Talking about the stocking, there's kind of a mixture, a hodgepodge of fish in here. I have, oh boy, let's see, 1, 2, 3, come on, where are you? There's 4 and 5 gouramis in here. This gold gourami, if you guys think he looks familiar at all, he's been with me for a while now. I had him in my 13-gallon, the Aqueon 13-gallon widescreen tank. Then I moved him into a 20-gallon tank, and then he has spent a lot of time in the 36-gallon Bowfront tank. So I rehomed him here. He's doing well. I have a pleco back there. You can see his reflection. He was in my 16-gallon Bowfront. I added more fish to that one, so I thought he would do better in this tank. He seems to be doing really well. The silver tip tetras, what can I say about those? They're an awesome fish. I've got a couple neons in here, and I've got my lonely Colombian redfin tetra. I definitely want to get more of those. That's an awesome fish. And then I think I have a black neon in here somewhere. But anyway, with the tank being as tall as it is, scaping it, getting, and I'm a big guy, so I've got big arms, and getting my hands all the way down here to plant things is definitely challenging. I have to drain the water down, in a lot of ways before I can even put my arm in here, because I don't want the tank to overflow. Maintenance, though, is relatively easy. Bigger tanks, I do my water changes once a week. Once a month, I'll, clean out, in tank water, I'll rinse out the sponges and things like that. But, other than just being a unique size tank, and the challenges of aquascaping and finding things to fit the height of the tank, those are some of the challenges there. If it was a 20-gallon or a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon long, which it's not that high of a tank, I really could have done some, different things as far as aquascaping and plants and, different things there. But I wanted something different. I wanted something unique. This was not a tank I don't think you'll find at your local PetSmart or Petco or anything like that. I saw it, I fell in love with it at my local pet store, and immediately started getting ideas, and I wanted to do something similar to this. I wanted to have the wood in the middle of the tank and the fish interacting with it and swimming through it. So I think in a lot of ways, I think I've accomplished what I had set out to do with this tank. Time will tell. These crypts are relatively new. The Ponzaton bulbs, will continue to grow, and I really hope that adds a nice element to the tank. But let me know what you guys think. Any questions or comments. I'll do my best to try and answer them. Also, I wanted to do something. I do get some questions and comments, but if there's any specific questions, you want to know about my tanks, or maybe even me, personally, let me know. Maybe I can do, a Q&A, or maybe, do a video just kind of based on some of the feedback that you guys have been giving me. I never really started the whole YouTube thing to make money or something. To be honest with you, it's another hobby for me. I like interacting with everyone who kind of follows me and has questions, or is even what I would still consider myself a beginner in this fish in the aquarium hobby. I definitely enjoy that interaction. I don't necessarily know if long term how this whole YouTube thing will work out. It's fun right now. That's why I continue to do it. Like I said, it's another hobby. But I'll kind of throw this out there. If there's something you guys want to know specifically about, some of the tanks. I don't want to make it too personal or anything like that. Some of the tanks, some of my ideas, some of my inspirations, how I got started, stuff like that. Definitely leave them in the comment sections. I'll do my best to try and acknowledge them and answer them. Like I said, maybe down the road I'll do a video centered around some of the questions that you guys have for me. Other than that, let me know what you guys think about the tank. And as always, I'll talk to you guys down the road. Bye.